Good morning. Welcome to Queen of the Classroom. I am your lovely host, EQ, the Education Queen, and a little different setup today. I was really busy last week moving, so that's why you had a little bit short of a podcast last week. And still want to bring it to you every week though, because that is a goal of mine. Keep these going. As the week kind of slowed down a little bit, and I have a lot more to do still, but as the week kind of slowed down, then I was meeting new people. I would talk about my podcast, and every time that someone asks what it's about or tell me more about it, then I just light up. I get so excited to tell people about all of you and why I do this and why there is a Queen of the Classroom podcast or YouTube video, however you want to phrase it. Maybe I'm a YouTube star. Maybe I'm a podcast star. I don't know. So that's what I want to focus on for today. I want you to start thinking about like what sets your soul on fire. What gets you pumped? What gets you giddy when you talk about it? Because my cheeks hurt after explaining why I do this. And I've said it over and over and over again, especially on here. But I believe at my core value, I believe every single person should feel accepted and wanted and needed and valued. And you don't have to complete tasks for that. I want you to see your worth. I want you to realize how powerful you are and that words have power and they matter. People matter. You matter. And so when you get faced with a situation where you're ever doubted in your abilities or doubted in who you are, or someone makes you feel less than what you are, then I want you to not only be able to recognize that, but also take it in, compartmentalize it, kick it back out, because there is no way that other people get to set those limits on you, that other people get to tell you what your self-worth is. That's your job. And my job is to keep reminding you how special you are, how amazing you are. That's my job. So whenever I talk about it, I get giddy. I get excited. I can't wait to tell more people how amazing they are. And it's not only that, like if you've been in my classroom or if you've been on my roster, then you know I'm not all like sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, everything's perfect, because it's not. But I think what people take away from being in my class is that there's never a doubt that I don't care about you. There's never a doubt. And if you need an adult in the building to know that you can come to with problems, that's me. You can. Now, I have very high expectations too, but I reward generously. I will hold you to a high standard. I will tell you about boundaries. I will tell you when you are out of line. But I will also shower you with respect and kindness. You will never leave my room thinking that you are less. Never. And through a lot of therapy, like you're not supposed to use those words. You're not supposed to say always and never, because those are extremes. So then maybe I shouldn't say you'll never feel that way. How about like 99% of the time you will not feel that way? And if you do, please come tell me. I want to learn. So focus today on like what is that thing that you're just so excited to tell people about? What is it? And you may not be able to tell me like what job that is or what career path that is, but I don't need to know that. What I want you to start thinking about is what abilities do you have? And I'm still searching for that too. I know for a fact that I'm supposed to be a middle school teacher in some capacity, right? Like I love being with students. I love being with middle school students because that's where a lot of changes happen, and they're not necessarily bad, but a lot of changes happen, and I want to make sure I get in there in order for you to build that foundation of how amazing you are. That self-confidence, not cockiness. I hate cockiness. Confidence. There's a fine line there sometimes. So start thinking about those abilities. What are your strengths? What do you get excited about? What could you talk about for a really long time and not get bored with it? Start thinking about that. Because the job may not even exist for what will exist when you need a job. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. It sounded good in my head. Hopefully that one made sense. Like your job may not even exist yet. The one that you will have in the future, because everything's always evolving. But think about that. Think about the abilities that you have, the strengths that you have, or the strengths that you want to have, and start building on that. Start keeping your eyes open for those possibilities and for those opportunities. What is it that sets your soul on fire? For me, it's exactly what I just talked about. I get excited to interact with middle school students on a person level, not teacher-student level, but like person level, because at the end of the day, you're a person before you're my student. And I like being a facilitator in those hard conversations. I like that. For my teacher friends, then I want you to think about, so queen of the classroom is my thing, but you can be the king or queen of your classroom. So let's define that a bit. Let's find an adjective. So my teacher friends, here's your challenge. I want you to think of like queen of the, and then what classroom, or king of the what classroom. So maybe you're the queen of the confident classroom. Maybe you're the king of the energetic classroom or pep talk classroom. Whatever it is, I want you to define it, or see if you can. Maybe you can't define it yet. Maybe you're fresh in the teaching world and you haven't gotten into that groove where you're like, yeah, I got this. Maybe you're still learning. I'm still learning. But find that adjective. Claim it. Because you're all kings and queens too. There can be more than one of us. There's gotta be. There's a whole tribe of us, right? And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna think of an adjective. Maybe inclusive? Queen of the inclusive classroom? I feel like sometimes that word gets overused, but it's an important word. So I'm not gonna stop using it. Inclusive. Ooh, I might have to take that one. Honestly, I didn't even write that down. If you look in my notebook, it's blank. All I have on there is king/queen of the blank classroom as my notes for today. Teachers make the worst students, by the way. It's because we know all of the loopholes. And so it's... Okay, let me tell you a story real quick and then we'll wrap up for today. It's about teachers make the worst students. So, I'll tell you a little secret. It's not gonna be a secret anymore. But teachers make the worst students. So you know how teachers, like we assign work and we have you do X, Y, Z. But it's almost like we turn into the middle school student when we're asked to do the exact same thing. We're like, oh, but do I have to? Or you said I had to do this, but can I do this? Or during staff meetings, when you're supposed to be paying attention, then I'll see some of my colleagues grading papers or they're checking email. I'm at fault at times for that too. But it's like we tell students to pay attention all day and then we don't do it. Sometimes. So teachers make the worst students. We know all the loopholes. We do. So I'm gonna claim mine as queen of the inclusive classroom. I like that one a lot. So students who don't have careers yet, then I want you to start thinking of those strengths. What is it that sets your soul on fire? What are you stoked about? What are your interests? Start there. My teacher friends, my colleagues, if teaching is your long-term goal, then I want you to define what type of classroom you have. If teaching is not your long-term goal, then go back to my first assignment. What are your strengths? What are you excited about? Start searching for those things. I feel so good. Feel so good. By the way, I think I might make this my queen chair. It's gorgeous, right? Feels nice. I think I'm gonna make it my queen chair. I mean, every queen needs a throne, right? This one could be mine. I hope you have a great day. I hope you make smart choices, and please be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself as well. Have a great day.